thinking. And then this one person, Kelda, I forget his last name, but his name was Kelda. He was well known for being very strong. He used to be able to pick up a cow with his bare hands and have people push him, and he wouldn't drop the cow down. That's how strong he was. And he was really known for his wrestling prowess. He said, I'll take 10 with my right shoulder and take the other couple with my other shoulder, and y'all take 2. I'll take them off like that. That's what we'll do. Like that. And he challenged the Prophet ﷺ. He said, I'll wrestle you. Because remember, ain't nobody beat him. He's a bad boy. I'll wrestle you, Muhammad ibn Abi Kibsha, as they called him. And if you beat me, I'll accept Islam. But of course, the Prophet whipped him. You know, we have the hadith. The Prophet wrestled him miraran, over and over again. He kept saying something happened. Y'all, I slipped. You know, he cheated. You know, let's do it again. Every time he made a reason why it didn't go that way. Maybe tomorrow, man. And he never accepted Islam. You understand? So they talked that talk, but they wasn't ready to do nothing. So he said, alayha tis'ata ashar. And when they thought that it was men, and Allah's messenger, Allah heard what they said, oh, we're going to get 10 for every one. Allah made it clear. He says, وَمَا جَعَلْنَا أَصْحَابَ النَّارِ إِلَّا مَلَائِكَةً. They ain't men like y'all think. These are malaika. You ain't going to be able to put off these people, Ibn Abi Kalda. You're not going to, it's not people. These are malaika. So these are direct responses to the kuffar's delusions about what's supposed to happen. وَمَا جَعَلْنَا أَصْحَابَ النَّارِ إِلَّا مَلَائِكَةً. And then it goes, وَمَا جَعَلْنَا إِدَّتَهُمُ إِلَّا فِتْنَةً لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Oh, could you raise it up? He says, and we haven't made it except a fitna. And fitna in the Arabic language also means a punishment, an adhab. You know, and also it means, why is it a fitna? Because why is it tis'at ashara? Why is it 19? What does 19 mean? So for some people, they dallu biha, they get astray from it. And other people, it increases their iman. Why? Because it says, إِلَّا فِتْنَةً لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لِيَسْتَيْقِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ وَيَزْدَادَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِيمَانًا وَلَا يَرْتَابَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ. It says, the people who are kafir, لِيَسْتَيْقِنَ, in order to make certain, to bring certainty, make people certain of الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ, the people who have been given the book. Why? Because in their books, before they were mixed and destroyed, it's proof that the angels, the khazanatu, az-zabaniya, they're spoken about in Surah Al-Alaq, right? So he said, سَنَدْعُ الزَّبَانِيَ, in the same story, but you see part of it in Surah Al-Alaq, where he says, سَنَدْعُ الزَّبَانِيَ, call your people, right? When he came to the Prophet ﷺ, he said, call your people, I'm going to, what do you call it? Sorry? Nadi. He said, I'm going to call the Najwa, my man, we're going to fill this valley with people. I can call him. And he says, let him, فَلْيَدْعُ النَّادِيَ نَادِيَهُ سَنَدْعُ الزَّبَانِيَ. We'll call a Zabaniya. And the angels that he's talking about in this surah are a Zabaniya. The 19 is Zabaniya. And that's all there is 19 of them. You understand how the two surahs are connecting together? So it's the same type incidents because they're all coming down around the same time. And he said, the last messenger said, if he would have called them, the angels would have came down and ripped them apart, limb by limb, at Zabaniya. And here we see them that there are 19 of them. 19 of Zabaniya. Why? And so the people who are given the book, they would be more certain. They had the book. They say, oh wow, in our book, subhanAllah, it says 19 angels also. وَيَزْدَادَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِيمَانًا. And it would increase. And in order to increase, that's why it's a fatah. And in order to increase, it's also le. And it's also to increase those who believe their iman. Why? Because we hear and we obey. We hear what Allah's messenger said, what Allah says, and we say, آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَبِرَسُولِهِ. We don't need to know why. We just need to know that it's true that Allah said it and Allah's messenger said it. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So then it says, وَلَا يَرْتَابَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ وَالْمُؤْمِنِينَ. It says, and there will be no doubt. They're not going to be doubting, having no shock in their iman. Those people who have been given the books and the believers, these two people, the utul kitab alladhina amanu, those believers, they weren't going to doubt. Because once we hear about it, we know we believe. وَلِيَقُولَ الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ وَالْكَافِرُونَ. Now, and in order for those people who have in their hearts some sickness, this is the reason why 19 have been mentioned. So that the people who have the book and this is the Christians and the Jews, and those people who believe, those people who accepted Islam, increase them in Iman and bring them certainty, and that for those people who are sick, they have some perversion in their own hearts, and those people who are disbelievers, mutlaqan, they can say, ليقول الذين كفروا في قلوبهم مرض والكافرون ماذا أراد الله بهذا مثل. What does Allah mean by this? Because they don't believe in it. So Allah says, كذلك يضل الله من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء. Like that, this is how Allah leads those people to stray, who He wants to stray, and He guides other people. Those who believe, they're increased. Those who disbelieve, they're led further astray because they disbelieved. Do you understand that? It's not arbitrary. It's because they had a sickness in their hearts and because they were kafirs. It's not arbitrary. It doesn't increase them in Iman just because. It increases them in Iman because they believed in the book. They believed. وَآمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. And it says, and no one knows the soldiers of Allah. جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ, except Allah. Nobody knows what Ansar or A'wan, those 19 angels have. Nobody knows the qudra, the ability of those 19 angels, except Allah. We know the story about one of the prophets when the people were saying, and Allah got the smallest, they said, let the sun fall, let the sky fall upon us. And Allah got one of the smallest angels in Jannah to blow. And when the angel blew, everybody's heart exploded. This is the reality. Nobody knows the soldiers of the Lord except Allah. وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَ لِلْبَشَرِ. And ain't nothing but a reminder for the people. There's a reminder for all people. Why is it a reminder? Because we know this. The truth is nothing that you have to establish. The truth is already in every human being. When you hear it, you're reminded of it. That's when you hear the truth, you say, yes, that's true. I understand now. How do you know that's truth and not batil? Because the truth, the reality of truth is already in the human being. He has the predilection, it's in his nature. So when he hears it, he's reminded of it, and it increases him in Iman. It increases him in the ma'rifah of that issue. Now it says, لِلَّا ذِكْرَ لِلْبَشَرِ كَلَّا وَالْقَمَرِ. Now Allah starts to swear. I swear by those people who reject this, I swear, لَا وَالْقَمَرِ, by the star, by the moon, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا أَدْبَرَ. And in Hafs and in Warsh they say إِذَا أَدْبَرَ. In other ones it says إِذَا دَبَرَ. Okay, in other recitations. But in Hafs and in Warsh it says إِذَا أَدْبَرَ. And the light, when it turns away and goes, you know, as the night goes and everything, وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا أَسْفَرَ. And in the day as it shows, it says, you say safaru, you know about a person by traveling with him, because it shows you everything. And the morning comes, you see everything. Right now we can't see nothing. When it gets light, you'll see different things out there that they have holding, the masjid is holding for this day and that day. Those some blue things that you can't even see right now out there. Okay? So then it says, إِنَّهَا لَإِحْدَى الْكُبَرِ. It says this, innaha, this ha is referring to Jahannam. It's referring to that fire. That fire is one of the greatest fitnas. Nadhiran lil bashar. It is a warning to insan, al-basharu, to all the men. Liman sha'a minkumu an yataqaddama aw yatadhakhar. For whoever wants from amongst y'all, any one of y'all that wants to come forward, yataqaddam, who wants to sabiq, wants to get in front of people and put forth good deeds, or the one who wants to procrastinate and do bad deeds, you know, or not do nothing. Kullu, but if you don't understand the issue, the next line explains it. Kullu nafsin bima kasabat rahina. Every soul with what it did is held ransom. Every soul for what, and it's feminine rahina, not because it's a feminine for this rahim, because of the nafs. The soul, every soul with regards to its deeds is held ransom. You're held in pawn because of your deeds. Illa, except ashab al-yamin, except the people of the right. Like we said, most people have to pay with good deeds, except the believers. Ashab al-yamin. Why? Fi jannatin yatasa'aluna anil mujrimin. They're going to be in the gardens asking each other about anil mujrimin, about the criminals. Let's not say that the people who sinned. It says mujrimeen, the criminals, because we understand law from an American legal standpoint, but we don't understand law as opposed to Muslims. When you break the law in America, you understand that you're a criminal. When you break Allah's law, you are just as much, or not just as much, even more so a criminal. Because the American law system might be unjust, but Allah's system is totally just. So you are more of a criminal, and clearly a criminal, when you violate the laws of Allah. So Allah says that the ones on the right, the people of Jannah, they're going to be in the gardens. يَتَسَاءَلُونَ عَنِ الْمُجْرِمِينَ. They're going to be asking about the mujrimeen, those criminals. مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي السَّقَرِ. They're not asking each other. They're asking the people in the hellfire. Because Allah's Messenger, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he told us that the people are going to be looking into the hell and say, hey, ain't that so-and-so? They're going to recognize him. Ain't that so-and-so in hell? مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي السَّقَرِ. What made you go to hell?